Hey everybody, I hope you all had a fantastic Christmas yesterday. One of the best gifts for me certainly is that we are getting closer and closer to the return of NHL hockey. And for this video, I want to take a look at some of the best goaltenders in the NHL right now under the age of 30. Figure this would be something that would be fun to look at and see some of the better young goaltenders in the NHL right now. So before we get started, I just ask that you please hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Both of those things help out so much and are greatly appreciated. But let's get into it here. Top 5 goalies under the age of 30 right now in the NHL heading into the 2021 season. At number 5, this is a guy that I think is kind of underrated. From the Anaheim Ducks, it's John Gibson. Anaheim obviously hasn't been a good team the past couple of years, and that I think has caused a lot of people to kind of forget how good John Gibson is. But he's 27 years old. He started 279 games in the NHL. He has a record of 139, 103, and 33 with a fantastic 2.53 goals against average and a .918 career save percentage. Great numbers from Gibson. Obviously, his record isn't as good because of the past couple of years, and Anaheim's really in a rebuilding stage at this point. But that doesn't take anything away from Gibson and the goaltender that he is. And he really is one of the best goalies in the league, and certainly one of the best goalies under 30 in the NHL right now. And I think, if the team in front of him was a little bit better, he would get a lot more credit than what he does. At number 4, Carter Hart of the Philadelphia Flyers, just 22 years old, but over the past couple of years, or last year and a half, he's really shown that he's going to be a superstar goalie in this league. He started 70 games, gone 40, 26, and 4 with a 2.59 goals against average and a .915 career save percentage. And then last year in the playoffs, or these past playoffs, he was absolutely outstanding for Philadelphia in the postseason. So Carter Hart is really showing that he is going to be a franchise goaltender for the Flyers at just 22 years old. He has Vezina Trophy wins in his future. Maybe even multiple. He is one of my absolute favorite young goalies in the league, and I think he's going to be absolutely outstanding for the Flyers. He already has been in a fairly small sample size, but I think he's only going to continue to get better as he moves into his mid-20s, and he's going to become an absolute superstar and one of the top goaltenders in the league, even more so than what he already is. At number 3, from the Vegas Golden Knights, I have Robin Lehner. And Lehner just allowed to be on this list at 29 years old, but he has been absolutely outstanding for the past couple of seasons. And it's really been about the last few years for Robin Lehner. When you look at his career numbers, 282 games started, a 116, 120, and 45 record, a losing record. Now his time in Buffalo has a lot to do with that, and a 2.72 goals against average and a .918 save percentage. Now his goals against is higher than the other goaltenders on this list because of his time in Buffalo. His save percentage, though, .918, right there, as good as it gets for a career save percentage up, with any of these guys there. And it's really been about the past couple of years. Once Lehner got out of Buffalo, and that's a great place to get out of if you're a goaltender, he was incredible in 2018-19 for the New York Islanders, only a 2.13 goals against average and .930 save percentage that year. And then last year, split between Chicago and Vegas, he actually had a goals against average over 3 with the Chicago Blackhawks, but his save percentage was absolutely outstanding, which shows how bad the Blackhawks were defensively in front of him. He still put up great numbers, and then since going to Vegas, he's been incredibly good. Obviously, a much better team than Chicago in front of him, and his save percentage, his goals against have been phenomenal with the Golden Knights. He was outstanding in the playoffs, taking them all the way to the conference finals, and getting a 5-year deal this past offseason. So I have Lehner at number 3. He's been absolutely outstanding, and over the past couple of years has become one of the top goalies in the league. At number 2, from the Winnipeg Jets, your reigning Vezina Trophy winner, Connor Hellebuyck. Hellebuyck is still just 27 years old, and he's really grown into being a star goaltender for, not just a star, superstar goaltender for the Winnipeg Jets. Like I said, won the Vezina Trophy last year. He started 261 games, going 148, 85, and 22 with a 2.64 goals against average and a 917 career save percentage. Obviously, last season, Winnipeg's defense was not all that good. And Hellebuyck had to kind of bail them out in a lot of ways, and he certainly did that, which is why he won the Vezina Trophy last season, and continues to put up incredibly good numbers in Winnipeg. And not only is Hellebuyck one of the best goalies under 30, he's a top 5 goalie in general in the NHL at this point. So before we get to number 1, I have a couple of honorable mentions that I want to talk about. One is Igor Shesterkin from the New York Rangers, just 24 years old. I was thinking about putting him on this list, but at the end of the day, the sample size right now is just too small. He's played less than half a season at the NHL level. So while it certainly looks like Shesterkin has the potential to become a superstar goaltender, absolutely a franchise guy for the Rangers, as of right now, the sample size is just too small. And there's no guarantee of that. I think by the end of this season, if Shesterkin has the kind of year that I think he's going to have with the Rangers, by the end of this season, I absolutely think that he could, very well be on this list. But right now, he just hasn't played enough games at the NHL level. And I thought about the 2 goaltenders from Columbus, Elvis Merzlikins and Joonas Korpisalo, both just 26 years old. Both had outstanding seasons last year, but when it came down to it, I just couldn't pick between the 2. I don't think either one of them has been, significantly that far off from the other. They're kind of very evenly matched goaltenders, and Korpisalo was the guy in the playoffs. Merzlikins, I think, had the better regular season, but Korpisalo took over in the postseason, and when it came down to it, I just couldn't pick between the 2. So they are just on the outside. So those are 3 guys, Shesterkin, Merzlikins, and Korpisalo, who I gave a lot of thought to about putting on this list, but they just end up in the honorable mention section. That brings us now to number 1, and I think a lot of you know who number 1 probably is. It is Andrei Vasilevskiy of the Tampa Bay Lightning, still just 26 years old. He's won a Vezina Trophy. He's won a Stanley Cup this past year, started 250 games in his career, going 159, 73, and 18 with a 255 goals against average and a 919 save percentage. Absolutely unbelievable numbers from Vasilevskiy, and he's been incredible his entire career since coming up to the Tampa Bay Lightning. Obviously, it helps to have a team like Tampa Bay in front of you, but Vasilevskiy was chosen to be the franchise goalie of the Tampa Bay Lightning for a reason, and he is certainly living up to that to this point in his career. He was incredibly good in the postseason this year. Obviously, no team wins the Stanley Cup without getting great goaltending, and he's just been so consistently good for the Tampa Bay Lightning year in and year out. He puts up great numbers, and he's won a ton of games already in his career. His individual numbers are fantastic, and without a doubt, I think Andrei Vasilevskiy is the best goaltender under the age of 30 right now in the NHL. Not only that, I think Andrei Vasilevskiy is the best goaltender in the NHL right now. If I was just doing a list of top goaltenders and threw out the under 30, Vasilevskiy would still be number 1 on my list. I've talked about him a lot during streams, and I just think he's the best goalie in the league right now, and he's certainly the best goalie under 30. The guy's unbelievable. He's the only guy on this list that has won a Stanley Cup, and if you watch Andrei Vasilevskiy play at all throughout the season, you know how great and spectacular he is, making all kinds of big saves. Just really a rock in net for the Lightning, and he plays a ton of games as well. There's a big workload on his shoulders, similar to Connor Hellebuyck. Some of these other guys kind of have solid backups that can take a little bit of that pressure off. Vasilevskiy is a guy that plays a ton of games. Hellebuyck is like that as well in Winnipeg, and Yeah, I think Vasilevskiy, without a doubt, is the best goaltender under the age of 30 in the league right now, and he's my pick for best goaltender in the league right now. So there's my list, guys. Top 5 goaltenders under the age of 30. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Um, these guys are all tremendous, tremendous goaltenders, and really have shown that they are top-notch guys in the league. And some of them obviously have better teams in front of them than others, but that still doesn't, it's still they themselves as goaltenders are absolutely phenomenal in net and do everything they can to help the team win. So that's my list. Like, comment, share, subscribe, follow on social media. All those links are down in the description. If you'd like to further support the channel, the links to our Patreon merchandise store and donation link are down in the description as well. Keep spreading the word about this channel. Let's keep this thing growing. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you guys soon.